Okay, so we have some foreign language restreams here. We have our French restream, which is twitch.tv/officiel_JVCom. That's OFFICIEL_JVCOM. We have our German restream, which is twitch.tv/Germench restream. GERMENCHRESEREAM. And twitch.tv/The Mexican Runner is our Spanish restream. That's THEMEXICANRUNNER. So head on over there if you are not a native English speaker and want to enjoy those. We have a $20 donation from Michael Legner, who says, the F-Zero block is the only one that I'm interested in that doesn't happen in the middle of the night at Europe. But when it falls right into my late birthday party, I will donate to try and get some of my friends into the GDQs. Donation goes to the choice of the player who first hits the White Land 2 double jump on F-Zero. And if nobody hits that, WMJ chooses.
Oh, WMJ? Okay, just talk. Test.
Hello, test.
Test. Mic number 3, I believe, or 4. I'm not sure what number this is, but... It says mine is mic 2, actually. No? I swear I didn't switch it. Please.
Hello, test.
Okay.
Choose your vehicle.
All right, good luck, Yazzo.
Alright, so yeah, this is F-Zero Climax, the last F-Zero game that was released, and over 10 years ago now. It was only released in Japan, so not many people have played it. Yeah, I guess I just count down and then we'll start.
Are you guys ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thanks. So yeah, basically this game, you want to go very fast. And you do that mostly by drifting, so I'll be doing a lot of this during this run, which is to press the shoulder button and then press the opposite button of the D-pad. And then you'll just do a lot of these DDTs, as they are called. But then on the second lap, when the boost is arriving, you will see that I will go much faster. So in this game, you want to build up your speed as fast as possible, and you want to do that by taking these dash plates. But once you reach the max speed, though, you don't have to take them anymore. So on the third lap, you can just skip them. So that means that like every lap is different, kind of. I find that pretty cool.
On lap 1, it's better just to take the optimal racing line as opposed to going out of your way to hit each boost plate?
Yeah, they don't really give you much speed on the opener. But on the second lap, they will build your speed when you use your boost. So you want to hit them as fast as possible.
And one of the tricks of the game is also to make a chain reaction of the boost, so you boost in rapid succession, and that really builds up the speed.
Yes,
more.
and it's worth noting that in this game you have to manually boost, so you gotta time it as well. And that, yeah, it makes it a bit more difficult compared to the other GBA F-Zero games where you can just press down, or like in GX or X. You can just press down.
Oh, and boost fire. This game combines like the traditional like F-Zero boost where you get one boost every lap, as well as you can use your energy to boost. Every lap you'll get a boost fire boost, they call it, which you just used, and it's like the really strong boost, stronger than the normal manual one, and you can use it to go really fast like he is right now through these turns.
And then you want to like use your boost fire here sometimes in the start, but sometimes you want to wait with it, because then you get a different pattern. So you don't want to boost when you're in the turn, because you have to drift and you also have to blast tap. So that's also some strategy you want to do differently on certain tracks. So yeah, you notice the tracks are pretty short. So
If I can just give a quick heads up on a couple of donation incentives for the F-Zero block here. Both of these are coming up in the F-Zero X block. You have to break the camera in 1-2, which is sitting at $668 out of $1,000. And the Death Race incentive, which is, well, it's a thing to see, is sitting at $500 out of $5,000. If you guys want to see either of those donation incentives, get your donations in for the beginning of F-Zero X.
So yeah, on this track there's a huge shortcut that you can do, but it's extremely difficult, so I won't be able to show it. But there will be other shortcuts coming up that I can actually show you.
Pretty much any level with a jump plate, there's probably a big crazy shortcut that's possible.
Yeah.
This game's like error stuff is pretty wacky.
I can do a small shortcut here, but that's not the main one. Alright, so here I will actually not boost, so that I can get some boost in the end of the third lap. Because you gotta take these refills to fill up the power, so I should have one more now. Yeah, there we go. And then don't die. There you go. Alright, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, another significant change compared to the other Game Boy games is that this game has 3 laps per track. So a lot of the levels you'll see beaten like sub 1 minute or close to it. Especially since you're like going crazy fast through a lot of these turns.
It's by far the fastest of the GBA F-Zeros, and it's also 3 laps compared to 5.
I have a $20.15 donation that says, I'm loving this edition so far, and it's really awesome to watch people like Yazzo come from so far to participate. All together we can defeat cancer. Thank you very much, Darkblade. That's greatly appreciated. Greetings back to you in Spain.
The ice in this game is a bit slippery, as one would suspect, so it makes the game a bit different. I actually want to use different settings on this track. Like, this game got a lot of settings you can use, and for ice tracks you want to actually use different type of settings compared, and not these ones that I'm using right now. Oh, that was not the last lap.
If we get a second, can we get a roll call from the couch, please?
A roll call?
Yes,
Roll
please.
call, yeah.
Alright, I'm WMJ.
Yazzo.
I'm Nigleria. So for the different settings, there's the like shorter long boost and the steering or the drifting.
Yeah, the slide and the drift,
Slide,
they call
yeah.
it.
What makes the Crazy Bear your preferred car of choice?
Well, it got I think the highest normal speed, and then it got really high boost speed as well, and it can fly a lot in air, like so like it can do a lot of shortcuts basically.
There are some levels where Twin Narita could be faster because it's the lightest vehicle and it still has really good boost, which being so light, it gets a lot of height from jumps, so it's easier, and I think it's the only vehicle that can do a handful of shortcuts.
Yes.
So while it may not have the 3-lap record on some tracks, it does have the like fastest lap ever beaten individually on a few tracks that I can think of.
So here I want to wait with my boost fire. I hit that mine though, which I didn't want to do, so actually hitting the mine will lose you some speed. So bad 3rd lap here. Now you see my best times there in the upper left corner. Alright, moving on to Silver Cup, and this track will have a shortcut, which is fairly difficult, so we'll see if I can do it.
A $25 donation from DNTN. He says, Yazzo is such a beast at every game he plays. F-Zero block is such a ton of fun. Good luck from your Mario Kart friend.
So you can't do the shortcut in the opener, it's only in the boost laps.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, so then you want to do it in the third lap as well. There we go.
Get wrecked.
How much does that save?
I don't know actually. I don't think I've ever done it normally.
There is only the hardest way to beat the game.
There is only speedrun.
And despite being Japanese only, there's actually a lot of English text.
Yeah.
This game is really import friendly if you want to do that.
$25 here from Tutela. Says today is the 1 year anniversary of the father's passing due to cancer. Seems only fitting to donate a little support. Keep up the good work from Italy. Thank you very much for your donation.
So this one got a very small jump here, which can be a bit hard to hit, especially on the boost laps.
$20 from Will says, it's time for one of my favorite AGDQ blocks, the F-Zero block. Here's $20 towards the death race. Yeah, get those donations in for the death race. That's going to be pretty fantastic. So.
Ah. So I don't have enough boost here.
Yeah, using your boost, you can, if you hit a wall and lose speed, you can regain speed pretty fast. But then, like, it costs energy, which you need to be pretty careful with boost management in this game. And in Death Race, do you use Crazy Bear?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, if you like the Crazy Bear, get on that Death Race donations.
So here's a track where Twin Norita would actually be the best vehicle to use, because you can do a shortcut that Crazy Bear can't. So yeah, I'll just drive this one normally. It's very hard to do it with Twin Norita, so it would be like not really an option to switch to Twin Norita here.
$50 from Tanner says, hey guys, I'm loving the stream. I lost my nephew on the 1st of the year to cancer. Just wanted to say thank you to everybody and good stuff so far. I wish I could keep it up more. Keep up the good work. I see what you did there, Tanner. For those of you who don't know what it is that we're doing, we're a charity speedrun who's raising money for the Prevent Cancer Foundation, who is a non-profit organization here in the United States that focuses solely on cancer prevention and early detection. Each year, 1.6 million Americans, and that's just Americans alone, are diagnosed with the disease. Words are hard, apparently. And more than 500,000 die. You can prevent up to 60% of that. 50% of deaths are preventable with what we already know.
That's good.
So what we're trying to do, raise money to further that so that we can help even more. Oh,
and do we have the Blue Falcon Perler?
We do. The Blue Falcon Polo. I'm not sure if it's not up here, but
We should show that off.
it's being shown on stream.
Oh,
So on this track, you want to hit some mines in the start, like that. And that will actually also be good for the boost laps, because then you can cut that turn a bit more. Oh yeah, and I also want to make a shout out to Richard Taro, which got most world records in this game. He actually recorded like all of his runs, and he's done that for many years, and that really helped me out when I started playing this game. Because otherwise it would have been really hard to figure out this game. So yeah, big shout out to him. And he is of course the overall F-Zero champion, so he's someone who is very good in all F-Zero games.
yeah, he has really competitive times in GX, Open, X, like every game. Even the broadcast to Teleview F-Zero 2.
Yeah.
He's done like really good runs of that.
All right, so this track also got some shortcuts, and for the first time I will now use brake, which I have on. Yeah. So
There's a reason for it. Don't worry.
yeah. So there's this jump plate. It's kind of similar to Whiteland 2 in F-Zero SNES, if you have seen that. So you need to like slow down in air and then hit a jump plate, and that can make you travel to the finish line. So see here. Ah, missed it.
At least he didn't die. It's
Yeah.
very easy to die doing that trick.
Yeah. So you would land here if you did it good. But yeah, you can do that shortcut also on the boost laps.
Okay, so I have a donation from the Mog Miner who says, I watch AGDQ every year. Greetings from Stockholm and from Mojang. And that is for $719.42. Thank you very much.
Nice.
And the level layouts in this game for how they distribute like refillers and boost plates, wow. They'll just have like refillers and like scattered around in the weirdest spots. In like a lot of other F-Zero games, the refillers will be like one long strip in like designated locations, but there's just like little bits all over the place in Climax. I think it makes the levels look really cool.
All right, moving on to Gold Cup. This is actually one of my favorite levels. I think it looks pretty cool. And this game, like, I think it looks pretty cool being a GBA game.
Yeah, the aesthetics of it is like really cool. And we haven't even seen the Mist level. That one's like the coolest.
They really pushed GBA to the limit with this game in terms of speed and graphics.
Yeah, and the music is also really cool.
Shout out to Dream Chaser.
So we got this S turn here, which can be a bit tricky. Oh yeah, and I'm also pressing down when I'm drifting, so that you can take these turns sharper. So you gotta do that a lot. I will actually not have a boost here, so it's a bit of a miss.
Wonderful. Good job. Select your gold cup. Choose your vehicle. Crazy Bear.
So on this track you can do a shortcut on the opener, but you need to use side attacks, and I can't really use it for the speedrun because it messes me up a bit, because you gotta have it on double tap L or R, and yeah, it can screw me up quite a lot. So
Yeah, this game lets you customize buttons pretty extremely. You could set any button, or like any inputs you want to be on any button, and there's only a few sensible ways to like maintain the side attacks while having all the other buttons in like reasonable locations for you to access.
There are actually quite a lot more moves in the game than you could possibly assign to buttons.
So I can do this shortcut though on the boost flaps. I'll see if I can do it. I'm not gonna risk it. Because if you lose speed in the air, like your boost runs out, and you're gonna drop down in speed very fast, so it's not a good idea to go for the shortcut now. See if I can do it now instead.
Another thing to note is I think these levels are designed mainly with like higher grip vehicles in mind. I'm guessing a lot of people haven't played this game because it's Japanese only. But Game Boy Advance is region free, so you can still play it on your Game Boys from whatever country in the world. So you should play this game. It's a bit pricey, but it's like definitely worth the money. There's a lot of content.
So yeah, nothing special about this track. Can be a bit hard to see, but if you know the track, then it doesn't matter. So here I'll wait with the boost fire, so I get a better pattern. Boosting before this turn here. Ah.
I believe F-Zero Climax was like designed with the show in mind. I've never actually seen it.
The anime series.
Yeah, I think Indextic was the only one who was willing to watch the whole thing all the way through. He's got a lot more dedication than we do.
I think that started with the previous gamer game, Grand Prix Legend.
Yeah.
Alright, so this one got a opener shortcut, so see if I can do it. It's a bit difficult though. Okay.
Cutting it close.
Happy to get that one.
During shortcuts like that, like he's focusing on the vehicle, but if you look at the mini map and just watch the dot flying around, it's yeah. It's easier to like visualize just how much of the track he skips.
Alright, coming up is probably my favorite track in this game. And it also got a shortcut. You can only do it on the third lap though. And also, this track got no walls.
Illusion, this is what I was thinking of.
Is this the one with the very tiny jump plate?
Yes. So yeah, if I go too much to the left or right here, I'm gonna fall down and die.
Right there, you might have seen it. It's like
Yeah.
probably the width of Crazy Bear, not much, probably maybe a bit smaller. It's a really tiny jump plate.
Oh, whoop.
It's right after this right turn, you might be able to catch a peek of it. I think it was there for like one frame.
No.
Oh!
Ah, too bad. So I'll just go normally now.
This is one of the shortcuts that was like really intended to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no reason for the jump to be there otherwise.
So I missed the start boost there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this track I really like, so I don't mind playing it again. Oof.
Nice.
Good job.
Best way to finish in any F-Zero game.
Yeah.
All right, now moving on to the Platinum Cup, which is a combination of like remixes of F-Zero SNES tracks and also just copies of them. Like the 4 first tracks will be like remixes. So here's the Mute City 1 track called Multiply, and you'll see it's a bit different.
Yeah, this was definitely designed with really high grip vehicles in mind. I remember playing this the first time using White Cat, who has like really high grip, and I could barely sneak through this little shortcut section.
So I've only gone through this track full speed once. It's very difficult.
Yeah, on boost laps, if you want to drift through that super narrow section, it's incredibly difficult.
You can't really expect to get much better than this on this track.
Good job. Select your Platinum Cup. Choose your vehicle.
So on this track, the world record is actually with Night Thunder, because it got a lot of like very tricky corners, as you can see on the map. And Night Thunder can go through those corners a bit better with good speed than this vehicle can. So. Oh yeah, and also on these tracks, like there's only there's fewer refills, so you kind of have to like take it easy with the boost as well on some of them. So I'm just gonna take some refill here and then go slowly through these turns and then boost here. But for the world record strat, you want to boost through those turns completely.
We have a $20 donation from Cyberbot X. It says, F-Zero block hype. In fact, let's get the death race done.
Congratulations.
That was actually a pretty good time for me.
Select your Platinum Cup. Choose your vehicle. Brady Bear.
Oh no, this is Time Attack All Cups on Novice. Every difficulty actually has like its own unique track set of like a little like variable derivative track. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, there's a lot of tracks in this game.
Yeah, there's a ton of content, and then there's like the zero test and survival mode. And a level editor.
Yeah, so you can make your own tracks.
There's a ton of stuff to do in this game.
I believe there are 53 regular tracks
Something like that.
with the championship.
Yeah. So this turn is just as hard as it is in F-Zero SNES. Just gonna save it this time.
Great. Good job.
Actually, not only do you go through a lot of levels sideways, but for that illusion shortcut, if you do it right, are you in air like 90 degrees the whole way through?
Pretty much. Like, you have to make sure that you go back to normal, because otherwise you will go too much to the right and fall down. So, but yeah, it's a very specific timing.
3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, this track. So this track got probably the most interesting shortcut. It's also very difficult. We'll see if I can do it. This is the easy one.
So the way shortcuts work near the finish line is that as long as you cross the finish line from behind to front, it'll count as like passing a lap. So there's some jumps you can do on this course and other courses where you just want to you can just barely sneak behind the finish line after jumping from pretty much like in front of it going backwards.
Yeah, I'll see if I can do it now. I missed it. We can maybe try again. Nah, probably not. But yeah, basically you want to turn around there and like cross the finish line. It's very tricky though. So yeah, I'm just gonna take the normal way here.
Great! Good job! Collect your platinum cup.
Now we are seeing these tracks as they are exactly in F-Zero SNES. Starting with Red Canyon 2. You can do a shortcut here though that you can't do in F-Zero SNES. You gotta use brake again, which is a bit tricky. There we go.
All right.
Wanted to save my boost fire here actually and use it just before the jump. I don't think I can make it now, so I'm just gonna take normal way, but glad to get it once at least.
Great! Good job!
Actually, on the Great Wings track previously, I think Twin Narita has the lap record of like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because you can just like hit a jump plate in a certain way that you like loop the track weird. There's a lot of really weird tricks with this game. Plenty of ways to go fast.
2, 1, fire.
So yeah, these tracks, they got a lot of tight corners, and for these you want to use different settings, which will make your opener slower, but your boost laps better. The settings I use now, the openers will be good, but then the boost laps won't be as good. Oh.
We have a $50 donation from Nicholas Taylor. It says, my mother passed away of throat cancer roughly 2 years ago, and I still miss her every day. Love the work you guys are doing and hope it leads us to finally beating this horrific disease. On a brighter note, love me some F-Zero. Can't wait for F-Zero GX. Keep up the good work, guys.
Your platinum cup. Choose your vehicle. Crazy Bear. 3, 2, 1, fire.
Does the double jump save a lot of time here, or not necessary?
Well, you can just go like this. So yeah, you want to hit the wall here on purpose. You can't do these turns without doing that, so... it's very tricky to do this one.
Great! Good job! Select your board last on top.
Alright, so final track. And on this track you actually want to use a long boost, so your boost lasts for longer but you can't reach as high speed. Because there's only like a small refill. Like those who have played F-Zero SNES knows this track. Oh yeah, and be ready on the timer as well. Ends when I cross the finish line.
Two laps to go. You've got a new booster.
And time. What was time?
33:58.
Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, so yeah, next up is F-Zero SNES. Me versus Edward 406, so definitely stay tuned for that. Just before I go though, I just want to say, if you want to stay updated about competitive F-Zero, consider following F-Zero Central on Twitter, at
Yeah.
F-Zero Central. And also fzerocentral.org is our website. So yeah, thanks for having me.
That's F-Zerocentral.org. Make sure to go there right now.
Speaking of F-Zero SNES, there seems to be a bit of a movement building saying the runner who first hits White Land 2 double jump decides where to put the money. This sounds like a fantastic idea. Let's keep this rolling. And if no one hits it, put it towards Death Race. Thank you, Dennis, for your $56 donation from Germany.
Thanks for the Death Race donations. All right, you got your Super Nintendo?
In between games, I'm going to take a little bit of a chance to plug a few things here. First of all is going to be the charity that we're working with, which is the Prevent Cancer Foundation, doing excellent work here. Also going to talk about the two websites and communities that make Games Done Quick possible. That's SDA and SRL. SDA is a group of people that home over 1,000 games with forums containing speedrunning, planning, marathon discussions, and they welcome gamers old and new alike. You can follow them on Twitter at SDA Speedruns or at speeddemosarchive.com. SRL is all about competitive racing for speedruns. And on January 17th, they'll be starting a series of races called Getting Yourself into Speedrunning. That's a really good place to start. Head over to Speedrun's live front page for more information on that. And if you just want to know more about Games Done Quick, head over to gamesdonequick.com. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the Humble Bundle right now. Humble Bundle have been gracious enough to give us a massive push this year, putting us on their front page. They've put together a great bundle with like 9 games, Twitch Turbo subscription, subscription to XSplit Premium. There's a bunch of cool merchandise from our other sponsors. Head over to Humble Bundle for more on that. One of the games you can actually get in there is Speedrunners, which is made by Tiny Build, which is another one of our sponsors. an indie developer morphed into an indie publisher. They work with people all around the world to do things, make games, that kind of stuff. Head over to tinybuild.com. Check out them over there.